Okay, here's what my issue is with my DX8. Alright, right now the timer is sitting at 4, and I have the count tone where it'll start. There now it started. I went 1% stick up, 1% throttle up, and then when I go back down, the timer pauses. Well, an idle up, either 1 or 2, or even when I'm just normal flying. Well, normal flying I don't have an issue. I don't see an issue because I'm running linear for normal mode. When I idle up, I'm running a straight 80 and a flat 80 and a flat 100 throttle curve. Okay, so let's say I'm flying. Alright, and I'm flying along and I go inverted and I get it, the pitch to catch myself. Right there where the timer pauses, my helicopters die. The timer pauses and my helicopters totally die. At 1%, I can get away with just a little down, a little reverse. But as soon as if I hit that where the timer pauses, my helicopters die. Now, when I put it in using the throttle hold, every single one of mine, when it's down so I can fly, my timer don't run. When I flip up, as if I'm about to crash, and the timer will start. But in normal flight mode, with the throttle hold off, my timer does not run. So it's almost like it's reversed. As long as I have throttle hold on, where the helicopter won't fly, my timer will run. In order for me to flip it down so I can fly my helicopters, the timer don't run. That's what my issue is on that. The only one that runs properly is if I use the trainer. That operates properly. My helicopters don't die out. And then if I use the throttle 1, I can set it to whatever percentage I want, and the timer will run. It won't pause. My helicopter won't die. It's like when the timer goes into pause, that's when the helicopters die. As long as my timer don't pause, my helicopters fly. And for that, just throttle for the timer, that's when this happens. And like I said, if I use the hold, it's actually backwards. But that's what my issues are. I can run timer, run it on that, no problem. I can run it, like I said, I can do the continuous run where it doesn't pause. As soon as I go up with it and it starts, and then wherever I want to go, then I have no problem. It's only in using the throttle stick where the timer will pause, in which I use that. I don't use that for my 450s because you crash, you're not going to be putting it back up again. Take it home and rebuild it. My little MCPX and my Nano, I use this timer because if I'm trying a stunt and I crash, well then I can go ahead and I can just do a fuel repair and use that same battery and just send it back up and finish the battery out. Otherwise, you clear it out and it goes back to the full amount of time. I don't know how much time I was up in the air. So I like using that for my little guys. But yeah, my 450s and stuff, that I just use the one time where it turns on and it continuously runs. There's no pause. You have to hit clear in order to reset it. To stop it and reset it. But that's what my problem is. And it don't matter if I have it set at 1% for throttle up or 50% or 100%. It don't matter what position I am here for my throttle. As far as for my idle ups, that don't make any difference. It don't make a difference, like my gyro where I have that set. You know, it don't make a difference where any of them are set. Throttle curve, the only difference it makes is when that timer will pause. And like I said, you know, I run a flat 80 on idle up 1 and a flat 100 on idle up 2. But I continuously run at 1, you know, I was running at 10% of, you know, stick travel going up for starting the timer. And then when I got down in that 10% range, the timer would pause. And every time the timer would pause, my helicopters die. So it's just like when the timer pauses, my helicopters die. Well, that's what my issue, that's what my problem is. I'm going to be calling Horizon Hobby about it. Either that or, you know, I'll just run the other one where it doesn't have a pause, and then I'll be fine too. I'll just run it on all my helicopters instead of just the 450. But, you know, that's what I got.